text in our file. If you've done BAM, you can do the same thing with BAM that I've done here, just with different copy. Just like here, there's BAM copy on the top and there's BAM copy that's a call to action. But here we are. Now I'm going to do something called paragraph styles. I'm going to go into the other file. If I come to Window, do you see that it lists all the open files? So if I click here, this is my type file. So I'm going to grab this one. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste it into my poster. Now, this is my example of my typesetting. This is the reason I asked you to do this. I am going to create paragraph styles based on everything that you see in front of you. So I'm going to go to Type, Paragraph Styles. I'm going to grab this. Whoops, sorry. I'm going to grab the first thing. And I am going to, it's just like naming layers in Illustrator. Start as you mean to go on. All right, so I'm going to grab this. I want to show you something. When I was making this type, when I was playing with the type and saying this isn't what I think I want it to be, and I grabbed this and I was changing the typeface and changing the size, I didn't grab this little backwards P, this Pilcrow. So look, the type is 18-point Franklin Gothic Demi on 18.4 lead. If I just grab the Pilcrow, do you see that it's 12-point Franklin Gothic book? When I change the type, I didn't grab this little Pilcrow. So just watch out for that, okay? That you can mix type styles. And if you do that when you create a paragraph style, make sure that you've selected what you want to have the paragraph style be. I want the paragraph style to be 18 Franklin Gothic Demi. So I'm going to just grab this type. And I'm going to come over here to this little window and say, New Paragraph Style. Remain calm. All of these items are reflected in the paragraph window. You've seen all of these. We haven't used them all, but this is everything. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to say, this is language, because this is the language that the opera will appear in. All right? I'm creating paragraph styles. Let me do the next one. So this is the name of the opera and the composer. So I'll say new paragraph style. I'll say opera, name, and composer. Now, I understand that this project is probably only going to have 5 or 6 paragraph styles. When you're doing something with 15 paragraph styles or 100 paragraph styles, you want to be specific. Or if you're doing an alternate version of a paragraph style because you want to see what that looks like, be organized, okay? Like anything else, it's easier if you're organized. I'm going to grab this. Now, be aware, InDesign says a paragraph goes from hard return, from the back of this hard return to this hard return. This, in InDesign's little machine mind, is a paragraph, even though it's only 5 words. All right? So I'm going to grab this copy. I'm going to say new paragraph style, and I will call it body style. And then finally, I will grab this copy, and I will call it performance dates. Now, you say, Chris, this is in italic. Don't worry about it. We're going to talk about that on Friday. We'll talk about how to do a mix of styles in one sentence on Friday. That's a character style. Right now, we're talking about paragraph styles. So here, I have performance dates, body style, opera name and composer, and language. And I am going to reorder these. So it goes language, opera name and composer, body style, performance date. It's a little easier if they go in the order they appear on the page. I'm going to come over to my copy. Let's just get this in front of us. So now that I've done this, now that I have loaded all of these paragraph styles into my document, I don't need this anymore. I'm going to delete it. And so I'm going to come here and I'm going to grab all this copy. I'm going to hit select all. It's under the edit menu. Keyboard command is Command A. And so it's everything inside this text box, right? These are the threaded text boxes. That's the page I'm on. So when I do that, I get all the text. Now, the item that is used the most is the body copy. That's usually how it is. So I'm going to style it body style. And instantly, everything in the document picks up the body style. By the way, just remember, I took out all the extra hard returns. See that? There's one. I missed one. I'm going to get that out of there. I'm going to get that out of there. I'm just double clicking to highlight them. Got to clean all those out. Got to get all of those out as you're doing this. Okay. So let's keep going. Sorry. Let's keep applying these paragraph styles. Sorry, I'm just cleaning out. I'm a little obsessive about this. All right, this is language. All right, if it does this, don't worry. That's a screen redraw issue. It'll go in a second. This is the opera name and the composer. This is the performance date. This is language. This is the opera name and the composer. This is the performance date. Let me turn the grid off so you can see what I'm doing. This is the opera name. This is the opera name and the composer. This is the performance date. And I'm just going to go through the whole document. Language, opera name, performance date. You can, if this interests you, you can apply a keystroke so that I could be pressing one key and having this work. I can teach you how to do that. By the way, I don't know if you've noticed, Giuseppe Verdi's name is the only one that's in all caps. Do you see that the other composers are in upper and lower case? I got to fix that. Everything needs to be consistent in a document like this. So make a bet that I'm going to go through this thing at some point when I do my proofreading and fix that. Language, opera name, performance date. Let me back up. I'm going to window shade these open so I can see the last one. Language, opera name and composer, performance date. Now, it's a small document, so that didn't take me very long. But let me just show you something. We've been talking, or I've been talking in class, about the fact that things that should be closer together, it implies a relationship. Right? Proximity implies relationship. If things are closer together, it implies that they belong together. So you can see the mistake I've made here. These two things are too close together. This is a whole new style of opera. This is Italian, this is German. I gotta get these kids are too close. The kids are sitting too close. I gotta fix this. So I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna grab language. Here's my paragraph style menu. I'm going to double click. So this is everything relating to the paragraph style. See this? Indents and spacing, just like the paragraph box that we've been using. So I am going to, this time, I'm going to do space before because I want this to have more space between here and here than it does between here and here. So let's do that. Indents and spacing. How about 18 points of space? Well, that's not bad. And what you'll notice is it didn't just change it here, it changed it throughout the document. What if I decided that I hate my body copy? Hate it. Well, I come to body style, I double click, I come to basic character formats, and I'll pick Garamond regular. And I'll change the letting as long as I'm in here. I'll let it out. And I'll hit OK. See that? And everything changes instantly. Everything is consistent and I don't have to worry about it. I've said to some of you before, if I can't push a button and have the machine do it for me, I don't care about it. So now I can go in and kind of freelance the copy. So for example, performance dates. This lead I think is too generous. So I'm going to come in here, basic character formats, I'm going to tighten up the lead. I'll make it 16 point, and I'm going to make this demi. And I hit OK. I don't know if I like that, but that's cool, because I can change it. Here's a fun one. Character color. We'll go over all of these together. These are all the colors that are in my swatch menu in the document. I can change the tint, all kinds of things I can change. See that? So what I want for Friday, what I would like, is for you to put your copy into the document, start thinking about your grid, figure out, do I want text boxes that have a consistent top, like this one? This is that one text box that's been split up into 3. So the top is consistent, and the bottom is what we call this ragged, like this. Or, I haven't shown you this yet, but if you wanted to, you could go into the text frame options box and do it the other way around and say make it all align at the bottom. And in that case, the bottom is consistent, right? And the top is ragged. That's because all of these are actually one text box. Or am I doing something a little more freeform? Am I doing something where I want this one here and this one here? What's my grid doing? I want you to think about that as you put these text boxes down. Bring your copy in and apply your style sheets from your type sample. That's all I want. Walk in on Friday with that done, and I'll be a happy woman.